that's the final design that came up as the actual uh, ultra skin. Okay, so some showing you the rawest, the right from the beginning, because you can see the final product already. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's take a look at the wireframe. Okay, so I did the wireframe from to kickstart off the design. So as you notice, like things changed throughout. The majority of this was kept. The things change over a period of time, like back and forth. Like actually, it's a three-way design team. Like it's mainly myself and Isan, and then Nick La, the founder of Themify, is actually a very good designer too. So and Nick and I did a lot of the creative direction as well. So getting into it, so this headline and this and subtext and all that was obviously taken out. That's not there. But this section here, the image and then the house specials with the call to action button is right here. Then there's these two overlapping images to the right, and our story. It was right aligned, then it got shifted to left aligned, but still with the call to action, and then the ingredients here with the call to action button there, and an image there, and then the menus here, and the call to action here, that you can see there. Then the testimonials, like I wanted the quotations to be really big, so I did that in the wireframe as well. It simply changed to industry reviews, and then obviously the image of the person there, so the structure is like that. This part changed a bit. We simplified this part in the end, and then we got into the blog here, and then the footer was up for grabs. Now, okay, so that's showing you the actual wireframe design. Okay, what was the brief around the ultra skin? Well, at the time, like everyone does it now. Like, but at the time, a lot of things were based around design only, and didn't think so much about the content of what a business for a certain skin may need, like as far as content wise, like for real site. So Nick La, the founder of Themify, said, I want it to reflect a real website, but also still compromising a bit. Like it still has to be a bit like a theme, but the majority of it is the content. So if you look at the content, you got the header, you've got the way, that's why it's structured the way it is. You got the image here, but you've got the house specials here straight away. Then you got the call to action to view more menus. Then you got our story and with images of the food and the call to action. Like, because like a lot of these originally were to contact, but they changed in the thing, because I'm a big believer for, I guess, real small businesses. Like a lot of these are small to medium sized businesses. These skins are made for to make. So this was make a booking, but that's why there's a lot of call to actions as well. Then the ingredients, like you could write about, we have special ingredients and so forth. Then the menu, like so structurally, like so the skins. There's a lot of thought that goes into developing the structure of from first and foremost of the actual skins and WordPress themes and Themify before we go into like other aspects. So obviously a restaurant needs to show their menu and view more menu, call to action, testimonials or industry reviews, so that was that. I wanted recipes here, like some tips here, but also you got to think about it in the sense of content marketing, like the blogs, so that's why that was news here. It was structured like that. So it's structured around kind of like it's it's like an in between of a real site and a theme is how or in this case I developed the content and structure of it, except for this part. My partner made a good decision in making this part a bit more simple rather than going into recipes, because I was thinking like really like as far as content is concerned, putting a recipe page there and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, so as you can see, like there's a fair bit of thought that goes into the themes. That we didn't just throw them out and just threw them out as thinking only design. We thought a lot about the content and the structure and the hierarchy of the way it would flow, as far as a real restaurant site is concerned. Yeah, so this is more so a medium size, probably a medium sized, like Italian or Spanish restaurant. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is ultra profile. Now, having said that the majority of the skins start off with a wireframe. This one was actually, I was proactive with it. This was released in 2020. So I was the lead designer on this one. Where's the... Okay. Oh, it's typography has changed again. It's been updated. Okay. So that's the actual. It's been updated a fair bit. But basically, this was how you say proactive in the sense of Nick didn't ask for an idea. I just kind of presented an idea. I saw this really cool site on a land book, and I kind of like thought, yeah, this would be cool. Oh, sorry. So initially, I showed the reference site to Nick, and he said, yeah, that's a cool site. So initially they used a lot of bright colors, red. So as you can see, this was a straight to design mock-up that we worked together three-way as a team, and basically that was it. So a lot of it stayed the same, a lot of it changed, because this I was the lead on this, and I came up with the general concept. But this was just a raw draft. Like I said, this is showing you right from the beginnings of it, and so some of it remained the same, some of it didn't. So obviously that arrow stayed. The big part of the header is the text. Nick thought I wanted a lightbox video initially. Nick thought, nah, just focus in on the actual text itself for the header. And he said when he saw this, he said, oh, this would look great in black and white. So Nick's art direction turned into black and white. But as you can see, this section here, that got rid of that. who worked with. That's all the logos and so forth. Then the grid, and then the grid with the different services and the image there. So that's that. So and then the what do you call it, the frequently asked questions and so forth. And yeah, so that was the basic start of the genesis of the idea of it. And then working together with Isan and Nick, we changed it up a bit, but that's the genesis of how this came about. And and the idea was to think about the content of, it's a profile theme. So not theme, sorry, skin. So it's for a person wanting to have a profile website. So it's like, hello, and my name is I'm a New York freelancer, copywriter, marketing, web designer, services. I think that was in the original. Oops, sorry, I'm running out of storage. Advertising creator provides copyright, things like that, and then showing the image of the person. Oops. And a call to action, contact me, text about introduction about the person, brands that they've worked on, call to action. Again, like I said, I was big on call to actions. And then the services offered in a grid, and then the frequently asked questions, so all this sort of stuff here, this toggled frequently asked questions stuff. Then testimonials. Then the original reference site didn't have a portfolio on the homepage, so I put it on an inner page. But Nick said to put the portfolio on the homepage, which was a good idea, and then the contact form. And that's so there was a lot of thought that went behind the content as well, of what should go there and how it should be structured. So yeah, that's so. Oh yeah, I should mention the previous Ristorante skin won CSS Design Award Special Kudos, which was great. And this won CSS Design Special Kudos, and it also won Mind Sparkle Mag Side of the Day, which was really nice. So yeah, I guess if you're a Themify customer, I hope this gives you an insight into how we approach themes. They're not themes and skins. They're not always the same way, but sometimes we end up doing it straight into design, but the majority of the time it's wireframes. So that's how this was pieced together. Yeah, and okay, so what's the next one up? Oh yeah, okay. So the whole idea of this video is just showing the genesis of things. Okay, so the e-commerce Shoppe Shoppe menswear. Okay, so I think it's been updated and changed a fair bit. Let's see. But this was the original wireframe that I did to the content. So obviously that remained the same. Lightbox video, as you can see there, and here this. I wanted color changes and so forth, but we just decided on add to cart, and and latest new arrivals. Um, shop now. Um, what I'm trying to get across is that we thought, it was a majority of the projects. It was my duty to think of the structure and the way the content fits. So that's that, and the UX, like we're call to actions and so forth. Tips and news, that this has changed a fair bit. It used to be in a box in a grid, I believe. Well, that's the way I designed it, and so that's the tips and news, and then a call to action, more, show all, and then how it works, our factories, another call to action, then the Instagram. This was originally an Instagram gallery, and again call to action, and then shop. So these grids here, showing the different like suits and outwear and shirts, and show all, and then the style guide. So there was a lot as far as, like, if you notice, like the call to actions are very big, they're very obvious. The structure of it is I guess easy to use, easy to navigate through. The content also, like, that was really important. So I guess what I'm trying to get across in the video is that we think a lot about the content and for the users, like, not just about the design itself. Yep, so that's that one. Okay, so sushi. Now sushi, this was the start of it. Well, the problem is that what happened is that I started off the UI to sushi, and then later on Nick created a wireframe, but I handed this file over to Isan, my partner, to finish off the sushi skin, because I was really busy with other client work. But that was the start of it. So Themify sushi ultra. So and I was really tired. I when I handed it over to my partner, I forgot to change the layers. The image should have been over the top of the rings, but as you can see, the basic idea was there. Like, Nick changed the buttons too. So Nick's a really good designer. He created this UI of this buttons like this, changed it, but the typography is the same. The ring here, the image should have been over the ring. Good choice of my partner Isan to put the image across here, and then Nick made a new wireframe, because this is me just starting it off, and he split it up like this, which was cool, and then the rest is history. Like, Isan finished the rest off, but Nick thinks a lot about the content, so Nick actually did the wireframe to this. So again, like emulating a real site, selected menus and so forth here, and then basically selected menus and the full menu and the news and blog, like that was again content marketing, and SEO, I guess. Yep. So that was sometimes I'm giving the ins and outs, but sometimes if you can't finish it on your own, you still have to do handover of what you've done so far, and then things change over time with the skin as well. Like so, you can tell the typography is the same. Here, the typography here, and all that sort of stuff. And I chose the rings and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so that's sushi. Okay, so let me think. Themify Ultra. Let me see what's on my desktop. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I couldn't. I was searching through my email. Like I have a million emails for Themify work. Like because I was there for a few years. You may recognize this. So I took a. I had it downloaded on my phone here. So I took a screen grab of it and sent it back to my email. I couldn't find the original file for it, but I did this time. I did this in Sketch. Okay, so Themify Ultra personal trainer. So Sushi also won CSS Design Awards special kudos. They're really grateful to CSS Design Awards. They've been, yeah, it's great to be awarded, and by such experts. Okay, so let's start off the content and well, I'll go through the content later. Let's just go through the structure first. Okay, so initially my wireframe, this would be a slider. This would slide different pictures of the personal trainer. We got rid of that idea and just kept it straight. But it's got that slant. It's got the call to action to the right. It's got the sub and the H1 here. Then you go down further. Now I was thinking this would be cool, like, but Nick said not all personal trainers have videos, so I wanted this to be a lightbox video that shows the transformation. You know, like we're thinking about the content. You know, like the transformation of a client from I was unfit and overweight and through gym or through carry. Like and showing the fitness regime. I've lost X amount, so that turned into an image. Okay, so we got rid of this section here, and so things change over time. I'm not sure why I put that symbol, and I wasn't sure what to put in. Isan decided to put numbers, which is great, and then you see that ring here, and then you see about push the limits, that floating there, and then you have the images. Check out the action. So like so you have the 1, 2, 3, 4 images. Then the testimonials. Oh no, sorry, the trainers. Sorry, I did this a long time ago. I wanted this to slide in. So as you can see, it does have a slider, but I wanted it to have previews of the trainers here. But we decided not to. We decided to go with just the trainers like this, and then obviously here's the schedule, and then the map and the locations. So that was the genesis of this, and I'll take you through why with the content. Like I'm big on call to actions, So that, you know, the reasoning why behind that, but yeah, and the content. shows that. It shows the images of the facilities in the gym. It shows you the trainers, and it shows what's really important is it shows you the schedule on the homepage, and the call to action. Actually, that was added in later on. And I don't know if you know much about SEO, but having Google Maps is quite good for SEO. So that's why I put in the map in there with the locations. And yeah, so that's that. The creative direction and all that sort of stuff, that's all confidential. I can't show you that. Oh yeah, Themify Ultra Music. Okay, so I came up with, this is proactive again, and like we wanted a music skin, so I suggested one. So Themify music. So Themify already have a music theme, the original music theme. They've changed it now, but the original music theme let's see if there's any images of it. Yeah, the original music theme had where can I find it? Had the MP3 player across here, which is really cool. But I didn't want to repeat that sort of thing. So don't forget, this is a Genesis. Like the structure and the wireframe and the content changed drastically. So for the Ultra Skin version of music, that was already done. So I thought, okay, so Themify Ultra Music Skin. And that's a little cheeky sneaking in Australia into a Canadian company's skin. Okay, so what I wanted instead was something like, I guess like that was starting to be trendy at the time, was this kind of player, rather than being at I didn't want to repeat the structure of being at a cross there. So where's music? Music. Okay, so this changed a lot. So this is the genesis of the structure, and then Nick worked a lot on it too. So this was a three-way thing. So what I wanted was it to be in its own section to the right, in a player that played the songs like that. So as you can see that, and an image to the left. So this is the original wireframe, rather than having it across there, and also, like, you know, things like Spotify and all that's a new addition that wasn't there in the original one, but it got updated. Like Spotify and all that were doing, you know, do this sort of thing where it's all in one section. Right, and then you got the image there, and then you got the tours. So this changed a lot, but the concert tours and so forth, and right after it, the news, the hierarchy of the skin, and I wanted music videos. Obviously, this was a very rough first thoughts. The music videos are like, and they're all lightbox. So the music videos are all lightbox and stuff like that. But this is the raw beginning. Sometimes it can be super raw at the beginning. So I'm showing you all different parts which I worked on for the different skins, that kind of like with a three-way team kind of changed along the way, and a lot of things got added to this and stuff like that. Yeah, so this particular and I did a fair bit of the creative direction with Nick, co-creative directed it, and Isan did the UI, the majority of the UI, which was great. And this won awards, honorable mention, and CSS Design Awards. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so what else do I have here? Yeah, I think that's. I mean, I'll show you the skins I worked on as a co-designer. I also did a lot of the project management and so forth, and creative direction as well. So skins I worked on, I worked on that. I worked on that. I worked on that. Oh, construction. I'll show that in maybe show that in another video. Let me see if I can pull it up. Construction. Construction. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, great. Okay, well, okay. So what does a construction company need? Okay, so I was in charge of developing the content and the structure and some of the UI as well. And yeah, so a construction company, so it needs a big call to action, which you can see here. Big call to action. It needs your socials, so your socials, and we decided to put two different call to actions, but the initial one was call to action, and to the right, like a video. I wanted a video of like, oh, it is a video now. Oh, great. They've updated it. Yeah, so the original wireframe was a video, and then it showed why choose us, like, and the different icons and different reasons. And then the next part is call to action, get a quote, cost of renovation, so forth. And then it's our services. So if you see there, our services. I wanted to click through to the services page, but we ended up compromising and doing that instead, right? Okay, so our projects, I wanted these to click through to a projects page, but we decided not to. We decided just to make them like images of projects, and get and again, content marketing, news and tips, get a quote. This got simplified. The clients got simplified again. I kind of put this sort of structure to it, and then we decided not to, which was a good idea to simplify it. So you need the testimonial and our clients, and a call to action. So taking it step by step, we take a very kind of like, it's still a theme skin, but we take a very what does a construction company need kind of approach in the thing. We don't just throw things together for design's sake only. So obviously socials is always good for any site. A big call to actions here, right? Why choose us? A Lightbox video showing their company and selling people in on it. then you have a call to action here. Then you got our services, right? That's all laid out in an easy to follow format. And then the projects here, so people can see the projects. Content marketing again, the news, testimonials, client testimonials. You know, they were great to work with, all that sort of stuff. And the clients that they've worked with, and get a quote, because that will already show a corporate video up there at the top anyway. So this is just, at the end, was just reinforcing who else we've worked with. Yeah, so that's basically, I'll show you the skins which I did work on. So Themify, so I'm not going to show you every single one of them, but I hope it gives you an idea that the way that the thought process that we go through when we create skins for you is we don't just simply just throw them together. So I worked on that, 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 and yeah, and for Shoppe, where's Shoppe? I worked on that, I worked on that, I worked on that. So yeah, I guess it's not, this is more of an introduction of me and what I do, not so much a lesson. So yeah, this is just my work with Themify, and Nick La has a brilliant mind, the founder of Themify, and so it was, and he's a great boss to work under, and Isan is a great designer. Like he's now working for an agency now. He's moved on as well. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it gives you a bit of insight into like the way we approach our skins and themes. Cool, thanks. So also as a side project, Nick La, the founder of Themify, was kind enough to help me build my own custom skins from Themify Ultra. So this is one of them. Now this leads on to some client work as well, because I use this with zero code to create a website for a pretty well-known Australian band called the Falling Joys. Okay, so it's a single pager like this. So this is in Sketch, and the actual theme. So I also sell it as a theme on its own, but it's called recording.ultra via themes. So it's built on Ultra. I've updated it, like, so you can see it like that. But like I've got rid of a few things, like my internet's very slow at the moment. I'm not sure why. So it's got the testimonials here like that. And it's got the Google Maps, and I got rid of the bottom parts. I thought they were a bit cheesy. These parts here, and so yeah. So believe it or not, through the flexibility of no code, absolutely zero code, I use this as a starter theme. This is a single page. Those of you who know Themify will be familiar with the one-click page duplicate functionality that Themify Ultra has. So if you look into the code, view page source, like the Themify theme did a fantastic job in converting this. So it's record. Where is the? So it's actually Themify Ultra, and the child theme, this Falling Joys, who are a pretty well-known Australian band. Well, so change that to a video background, change that slider, all that sort of stuff, and the quotes, and the videos, like it turned into a multiple pager where, and you can flick through this. So from that, yeah, but like from that okay, and Susie Higgy, actually the lead singer of the band, actually did she co-worked on this together. We were awarded the CSS Design Awards for this. So actually the original theme was gratefully awarded CSS Design Awards, and it got awarded again through the Falling Joys website, because through zero code, and like this is how good the Themify framework is. Through zero code, I was able to completely change the entire way that it looks. And where is it? So like she came up with the idea of things like flip books and things like that, like more interactive sort of things. So that obviously they've been featured in the Rolling Stone and all that sort of stuff. Like oops, excuse me. Like so she came up with the idea of the flip books and things like that, and the total structure of, I need to zoom out, sorry, because you can zoom in and zoom out on them, flip books of them, and so yeah, this is really good. So this goes into some real client work, even using Themify, but this wasn't just grabbing like anyone else's theme and customizing it. This was Themify, and plus it was my own custom child theme. Child theme means, or basically it was my custom design that Themify, and shout out to Nicola again, helped with building it, so I could create this site. So yeah, so there's, and thanks, shout out to the Falling Joys. We would also like to extend a huge thank you to Ken, Duncan, and Nishidama for designing and pulling this site together for us. Thanks to Falling Joys. You guys are great. But yeah, that's and you can do all this. Like this is totally zero code. Like so, Australians, you'd probably be familiar with a lot of their songs. Sorry, yeah. So sorry, my internet's playing up a bit, and the song list. Sorry, I had to scroll like that. Yeah. So, okay, this is for the Australian crowd. You guys would probably know this one. Who from my generation, Gen X, would know Locket. Probably know You're in a Mess. Yeah, and you probably know Locket. So this is for the Australian crew. So from that custom theme, like I was able to, with zero code, like create this entire website. So that goes into some client work, but I like not all my client work is done using Themify themes. Like I actually do like a lot of custom work too, but this was custom in the sense that this is actually my thing. But yeah, so that's a bit of a bonus sort of